Hi there, this is lesson 6 and it's the part 2 video. And in this case, we're going to be continuing looking at how to respond to our partner's opening bid of one no trump. So partners open one no trump, we've got an unbalanced hand. And in part 1, we looked at what happened when we have a weak unbalanced hand. And we looked at this thing called a weakness takeout. Now what we're going to do is look what our options are if we've got a much stronger hand, and in particular if we know there are enough values between us and our partner for a game level contract. What are our options there? Let's have a look at those situations. One of the easiest examples for us to work out how to respond is when we've got at least 13 high card points and we hold a long major suit, at least 6 cards in the major suit. Let's look at that situation. Here's opener's hand. Opener's got 12 high card points and a balanced shape. So they're going to open one no trump. North is going to pass. And here's our hand. So as a responder, we've got 13 high card points. So we know that opener has got a minimum of 12. They've got either 12, 13 or 14. So between us and opener, we have a combined 25 or more high card points. Now that's enough points normally for a game contract, either in no trumps where we'd have to make 9 tricks, or more importantly, it's also enough normally for a game contract in a major suit where we have to make 10 tricks. So a major suit's a reminder of hearts and spades. And looking at our hand, a key feature of it is we've got 6 cards in the spade suit. Now, we also know that opener is balanced. They've opened one no trump. So they must have at least 2 cards in spades. They may even have more if we're lucky. So we know that we are guaranteed that there is at least an 8 card trump fit in spades. And there are enough points for a game level contract. So we know we should be able to make 10 tricks with spades as trumps. That would be a game level contract. So we simply bid to make that contract. So we bid 4 spades. Okay, we would become the declarer. The contract would be 4 spades played by East. Our target would be to make 10 tricks. If we can achieve 10 tricks with these cards, we would make that game contract bonus, which is often what we're looking for when we're playing bridge here. So by bidding 4 spades, we've decided the contract. We know enough about partner's hand to determine the contract ourselves. Partner would pass 4 spades, and actually on these cards we'd have a very good chance of making 4 spades. We're likely to lose 1 card in spades. We're likely to lose 1 trick in hearts. We won't lose anything in diamonds, and we may lose a club trick if we're unlucky. So we're going to make either 10 or 11 tricks and secure our game contract bonus in spades. So here's another example where it's not quite so clear cut that we have to play in our major suit. So we're responding to one no trump. We've got game values, 13 or more high card points, and this time we've only got a 5 card major suit. So let's look at how this works out. Okay, so firstly, here's opener's hand, 12 high card points balanced. They're going to open the bidding with one no trump. North is going to pass, and here is responder's hand. So as I say, very similar to the last example. The key difference is we only have 5 cards in the spade suit now rather than 6. Okay, so responder's got 13 high card points. So again, doing some arithmetic, we know opener has at least 12. So there's a combined 25 or more combined high card points between the 2 hands. That's normally enough to achieve a game contract in a major suit if we had a fit in spades, or in no trumps where we might only have to make 9 tricks to make our game contract. So we can hopefully we should be able to make either 10 tricks if we have a fit in spades, or 9 tricks if we want to play in no trumps. So there are enough points for game here, so we really want to be in a game contract. But we need to explore whether we're better off playing in spades or no trumps. Okay, so responder's got 5 spades. Opener must have at least 2 spades. Remember, opener is balanced, so they've got at least 2. They might have 3 spades, they might have 4, they could even have 5 spades sometimes. It's pretty unlikely actually, but they might have 5 spades. But certainly there could be a spade fit here. There could be at least an 8 card spade fit between the 2 hands, but we don't know that yet. okay, when we might have an 8-card spade fit here. So the way to handle that is for responder here to make a strong bid here, okay? A strong bid here is 3 spades, okay? That, unlike the weakness takeout of 2 spades, the weakness takeout of 2 spades says we've got a weak hand, please pass, partner. Here we're saying we've got enough values for game and I've got exactly 5 cards in spades, partner. Okay, and now what we're doing is we are asking partner to determine the final contract. Okay, so this bid is forcing to game. Partner must bid on. They must either bid 3 no trump or 4 spades, depending on how many spades they hold. Okay, they know that we've got 5 spades and they know that we have values for game, so they have to decide now whether to play in 3 no trumps and play for 9 tricks, or play 4 spades and play for 10 tricks. Okay, and the way that they do that is they look at how many spades they hold. Here, opener has only got 2 cards in the spade suit, so they know we have 5. Our bid of 3 spades promises exactly 5 spades, so there's not an 8-card fit in spades. So opener would choose to play in 3 no trump here, so they would play in a game contract in no trumps because they only hold 2 spades. If opener holds 3 or 4 or even 5 spades, they would actually choose to play in a spade contract here, and they would bid 4 spades. So this bid by us, 3 spades, is a strong bid. It's forcing. Opener must not pass. They must choose to play in either 3 no trump or 4 spades, and that will become the final contract, depending on how many cards they hold in our major suit. Okay, so let's look at some examples of responding with a long major suit where you've got game values. You've got at least 13 high card points. So let's look at the examples of the 2 situations we've just mapped out. Okay, so firstly, when we've got 5 cards, exactly 5 cards in a major suit, and we're responding to partner's 1 no trump opening. So partner opens 1 no trump with this hand. We've got a balanced 14 high card points, and we've got to find out the best response. And here's our hand. Okay, now we've got exactly 5 cards in hearts, and we've got 13 high card points. So we know there are enough values for a game contract, but we don't know whether to play in 3 no trump or whether to play in hearts. Okay, and the reason we don't know whether to play in hearts is we don't know how many hearts partner has. We've got exactly 5, so we would bid 3 hearts, and that shows partner exactly 5 cards in hearts and enough values for a game level contract. And partner will now decide the final contract. Here they've got 3 cards in hearts. They know we've got 5, so there is a heart fit. There is an 8-card fit in hearts, so it's far better to play in that fit and use the hearts as trump. So partner would bid 4 hearts, and that would become the final contract. Okay. It's a very similar example. Partner's hand slightly different now, though. So partner again, balanced hand, 14 high card points. They'll open 1 no trump, of course, and we've got exactly the same hand, and we would make 3 hearts as that bid for the same reason. Okay, 13 high card points, exactly 5 cards in hearts. So that's what we're promising to partner: exactly 5 cards in hearts and at least 13 high card points. Telling partner we are going to game. We're going to play in either 3 no trump or 4 hearts, depending on how many cards you hold in my long suit. And here opener has only got 2 cards in the heart suit. They know that a responder has got exactly 5, so that isn't enough for a trump fit. That's only 5 in 1 and 2. That's a 7-card fit. So here we would simply bid 3 no trump and play in no trumps, aiming to make 9 tricks to secure our game bonus. Okay. The simpler example is where you've got 6 cards or more in a major suit and you just simply take control of the auction. So here, partner opens 1 no trump. Our partner is the opening bidder. They've got 14 high card points, a balanced hand. They open 1 no trump. Not passing in all these examples, of course. Here, we've got 13 or more high card points. That's enough for game, and we've got a 6-card heart suit. Here we know because partner has opened 1 no trump, they've got at least 2 cards in hearts. So we have an 8-card fit. We've got 6 hearts. They've got at least 2 cards in hearts. So there is an 8-card fit. We're happy now to use our hearts as the trump suit because there's a fit and there are enough points for a game level contract. So we simply bid 4 hearts. partner must pass, and we play in a contract of 4 hearts. We become the declarer, and our target would be 10 tricks to secure that game contract bonus. Just looking at those two examples, we can summarize those in a table, and really it can map out all possible responses now with 13 or more high card points. Okay, so if we've got an unbalanced hand with exactly 5 cards in a major suit, that's 5 cards in hearts or exactly 5 cards in spades, then our responding bid to open as one no trump is either to bid 3 hearts or 3 spades, depending on which suit we have. An opener is now asked to choose the final contract. If they have 3 or more card support for your major suit, they would bid 4 hearts or 4 spades, depending on which suit you've bid. Otherwise, they would simply bid 3 no trump if they only had 2 cards in your major suit. Okay, so that's one way to ensure we definitely get to either a game contract in no trumps or a game contract in a major suit. It's a little bit easier if responders got 6 or more cards in either of the major suits. So 6 or more hearts or 6 or more spades. Okay, then it's straightforward. Responder knows there's a trump fit. There's at least 2 cards in those suits in opener's hand. So they simply bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. Opener passes. We've got at least a 6-2 trump fit, so an 8-card fit or better, and we would be happy to play for 10 tricks in our strong major suit. Okay, now all other cases when we got 13 or more high card points, all other hands of 13 or more high card points, we simply bid 3 no trump. So that means if we've got a long minor suit, we don't bother to bid three diamonds, 3 clubs, or 4 diamonds, 4 clubs. We just simply bid 3 no trump. Okay, and that's because it's often better to use long minor suits in no trumps, because it's easier to make 9 tricks in no trumps rather than to try and bid a game contract in a minor suit which requires 11 tricks, which is often too hard to make. Okay, so small caveat here, if responder's got a really strong hand, 19 or more high card points, but we're not going to deal with that for now, but that's a situation, if responder's got a really strong hand, there might actually be enough for what we call a slam contract available, but we'll deal with that in later lessons. So for now, it's simply, if you've got 13 or more high card points and you're responding, we want to be in a game contract. If we've got 5 cards in a major suit, we bid 3 of that major, and opener decides the final contract. If we've got 6 cards or more in a major suit, we just bid game in our major suit. All other hands of 13 or more high card points and above, we would bid 3 no trump, and our opener, our partner, would pass and play in 3 no trump. And so now let's just recap the key points from parts 1 and 2 of this lesson 6. So firstly, we looked at the thing called a weakness takeout, and that is when you're responding to one no trump, you hold a long suit, but you don't have sufficient values for a game level contract, you would make a weakness takeout into your long suit. Okay, so that means you've got anything fewer than 13 high card points, there's no chance of making game, but you've got any long suit except clubs. What you're telling partner is the safest place to play this contract is in your long suit, using your long suit as trumps. We'll aim for a part score at the 2 level, and partner must pass. Okay. If you've got 13 or more head card points and you're responding to one no trump, if you've got a 5-card major suit, you're in a good position here. You can ask partner to decide the final contract. So you bid 3 of your major suit, and partner knows you've got exactly 5 cards in that suit, and they would choose the final contract. They either bid 3 no trump or 4 of your long suit, depending on how many they hold in your major suit. Okay, if you're in an even more fortunate position, 13 or more high card points, and you've got 6 or more cards in a major suit, you know the final contract. You know there's a definite trump fit here, so there's no need to ask partner a question. You have the trump fit in your long suit. They've got at least 2 of them. Don't forget, just bid 4 of your major suit. Okay. Any other sort of hand, if you've got 13 or more high card points, there are enough points for game. Let's just bid 3 no trump and play in 3 no trump where the target is 9 tricks. Okay. So that's any sort of hand, particularly if you've got a long minor suit. Minor suits are much better off used in a no trump contract. Okay, that's all for now. I hope you enjoy the lesson and let me know if you've got any questions. Bye now.